Hello everyone, thanks for coming back. This is the report from Canada again. Today is, I guess it's April the 10th. We have Good Friday coming up this week. So in Canada right now, as well, you're probably not aware, but we have with the mask thing, Justin Trudeau, this man, has made $240 billion disappear in the last year. Now, you would think that in Canada we would have an oversight, as they do in the United States. You know, very serious things happen. But it's been suspended by this man. Nobody knows where the money went. Not one penny of the $240 billion. It's got, some of it is really kind of nefarious even. Like, what does that mean? What do those titles mean? And where the hell, who are those people? They're not government people. Who are they? I'll give you an interesting example. I was injured not long ago. I still live with it. I have a permanent back injury. However, there is a tribunal who was in charge of these injuries, and I wanted to be on a disability pension. Since I couldn't, they refused me, but the group that did it is actually under contract to the Government of Canada. They're not Government of Canada department, but they have authority over me as though it was Government of Canada, duly elected people, but they're not elected. So I hunted them down to find out who the hell they are. They've always been women. I only speak to women when I'm on the phone to them and all that. And I had an interview here in Human Resources Development Canada. I recorded it. They didn't know I was recording it. Anyway, I did. So, as it turns out, they are a private company that has a contract with the Government of Canada, and they are rewarded for saving Government of Canada money. So for them to refuse anyone who's applying, they get extra money. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that a government that you want to vote for? It's unbelievable what we're living through here in Canada. And currently, right now, the police chief of the city of Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada, is hunting people Canada-wide, and he's not going to stop. He wants to know who donated money to the peaceful protesters, and he is going to shut down their bank accounts, and they are going to lose their jobs. If he can make them lose their jobs, and he's a police chief, he's a cop, you know, to serve and protect the public. In Canada in 1981, those words went off of all cop cars in Canada. Every damn one of them. It got changed to this: police services. Doesn't say anything about the public. Nothing. They do not protect us anymore. In fact, all of the judges in Canada are the employees of the Parliament, called Parliament, which is actually the Prime Minister. And the judges of Canada are not fair. They're not unbiased, that's for sure. And they have no authority over the Crown, Parliament. They have no authority whatsoever. Only authority over you and me. That's it. And they are paid, they're probably paid performance. These things are called performance bonuses. I'm wondering if judges don't get performance bonuses because I just want to show you this. This is 45,000 cases that the judges will not hear. There's nothing wrong with them. These people, this woman, she supported this until her turn came when this man fired her. She lost her seat in Parliament. You know, the man who likes women so much and diversity is our strength. This woman's a First Nations woman. First person he fired, First Nations. Who after that? A black woman. Diversity is our strength. Oh my God. I think this man doesn't actually like women. He likes them if he can control them. He allegedly raped one of his high school students. Didn't spend a day in jail. He groped a woman reporter. He just apologized, sort of. He beat up a woman in Parliament. He has never apologized for beating up a woman. Not yet. Isn't that wonderful? Anyway, here we go. So, because I have 4 cases as well, judges look at me, they look at the clock, they look back down at you, and they can't believe you're still standing there. I'm self-represented. I had a lawyer friend helping me. He was even in the courtroom. And the judge goes, well, Mr. Wheaton, I'm going to give the Crown an extra 30 days. So you go back in 30 days, and you got a new judge. You don't get the same one. You got a new one. And he's looking at you like, the judges, I got to tell you, because this is, I just thought of this the other day. I thought, You know what? They look at you like they're wondering, how did I get the short straw today? Why am I looking at this a-hole? Why? He's here looking for justice? Yeah, but this is a courtroom in Canada. We don't have justice here. See this? This is as true now as it's ever been. Oh my God. Where law ends, tyranny begins. We have tyranny. Here is our tyrant. He's a big fan of Fidel Castro and Mao Zedong and President Xi of China. President Xi of China arrested 2 Canadian businessmen, put them in a concentration camp. They lived on rice and beans for 2 years. The American government wanted to, there was a Huawei representative here in Canada, so the Canadian government put her under house arrest. She was supposed to answer to a charge in the United States. China brought so much pressure against Canada that the Canadian taxpayers, we paid for a billionaire woman to live in a mansion, and we paid the whole shot for 2 years. Somehow, this man eventually got them, the 2 men, they both had the first name of Michael. We call them the 2 Michaels. They're from Canada. He's from Quebec. They were not Quebecers. If they were Quebecers, whatever, I don't know, they'd have been out years ago. Anyway, the 2 Michaels men ended up in Canada. China sent this man the bill for feeding them and housing them for 2 years, and Canada paid it. Can you believe that one? That's a good one. And we also paid for the Chinese woman, and we put her on a plane and flew her back to China. Who paid for the 2 Michaels to come back to China, back to Canada from China? Who did that? You'll never get the real information from this man. He will never tell you. And right now, with this $240 billion, which is gone, it's gone. It's been spent. But there's no accounting. No accounting at all. We live this way in Canada. It's the most horrible thing in the world. And the judges look at you like, how did I get the short straw? Didn't I just tell you that you're not going to find justice in this country? It will never happen. Only one person ever did, and he's from Quebec too. His name is Brian Mulroney. I got a picture of Brian in here somewhere. There he is. There he is. This man loves Quebec. He doesn't love Canada, but he loves Quebec. They've all been that way. Every Prime Minister of Canada, they screw Canada, but they love Quebec. That Brian Mulroney guy used to work for Noranda Mining, and so he's a big fan of Noranda. I worked up in Fort Mac, and the incentive was that people had a thing called the Northern Living Allowance. If you lived up above 60 latitude, and then you got the Northern Living Allowance. Everybody did. This man wanted to protect Noranda Mining of Quebec, which he did. So this man decided, no more Northern Living Allowance. There goes the mining. But he loved Noranda Mining in Quebec. You talk about bias in Canada. And all of our prime ministers all come from Quebec. You know, from 1978 on, they all come from Quebec. And they love Quebec. And they all retire to Quebec and live in Quebec. It's quite unbelievable. This man's name is Lucien Bouchard. He was a close personal friend of this man, Brian Mulroney. And when he got to Parliament, and I believe he was unelected, in fact, because we have 4 members of Parliament that have to come from Quebec, whether they're elected or not. There must be 4. And so when he came to Canada, he decided, screw Canada. So he starts his own party called Parti Québécois, and its only job is to remove Quebec from Canada. It's never signed the Constitution anyway. So then what do you think happens? The government of Canada says, well, you have to have representatives from across Canada. And he said, then we're going to separate right now. So they made an exception. Parti Québécois can have candidates only from Quebec, which is illegal to do. But there's nothing illegal in Canada because law doesn't exist here. I'm going to get going now. It's been too long. Okay, thanks for listening. I hope everyone's doing well. Bye-bye now.
gives you his special gypsy glasses, and this is what you choose to look at. Pedro's not very sorry for you. Oops.